I'm Doug Fraser. I'm a senior football player, inside linebacker from Richmond, Virginia. I've been playing football since, say, about the first grade. I started off in flag for a year or two, and then have been playing contact ever since. And it's just football's been great to me all my life. In high school, I played football. Obviously, I played 2 years of tennis. We had a pretty strong tennis team in high school, and I played basketball for a year and then ran track. So football was definitely my main sport, and other sports were somewhat geared towards improving my athletic ability for the football field. But you know, I got on the court and stuff like that, so it was fun. I think that I've most tried to emulate, just first thing that comes to mind for my position is Urlacher at inside linebacker. I think he's a phenomenal. Obviously, he's physically really gifted. He's a specimen. I don't really have the physical attributes that he does, but he's a really smart football player, and he just has a knack for the ball. So I think watching him, you know, over the years growing up and stuff has been nice, and I've definitely learned a lot about how to play the game from him. My interests off the field consist of staying in shape for football. Obviously, I like exercising. I love to play the piano. I played the piano my whole life, so that's been great to keep up with, something outside of football. And then I also love to snowboard. So when the football season's over, sometimes I'll try to get up on the mountain and get that going. The best thing about being a student athlete at WNL is just the support you get from everybody, really. I think that the athletic and academic combination here is great, and that the professors are very understanding about athletic events and stuff like that, and just like the football coaches are very understanding about having a lot of work, so it's a great collaboration. I would say my favorite moment here at WNL has been probably beating Hampton-Sydney for the ODAC title here on Wilson Field. I do think that the center game this year, our senior year, was probably a very close second. It was a phenomenal experience, and beat a pretty good team in Center College. So that was a great weekend as well. To be a football player at WNL really is about being part of a little bit of a smaller family than just WNL is. You know, we like to think of ourselves as a family, and I think it is a really close-knit community, and just the football team in and of itself has been a great support system for me. If I could trade places with Coach Abel for a day, I would probably do whatever he's been doing, because it seems like it's working, and I don't know if I could come up with anything better, to be honest with you. If they made a movie about my life, I think that they would have to cast Macaulay Culkin. I've had that analogy, that comparison been made multiple times, and just from him in Home Alone. When I was little, I really used to look like him, so as much as I don't really want to say it, I'd have to go with him. My favorite class at WNL has been I'm a neuroscience major, and it was probably neuropharmacology, talking about a lot of different drugs and drug action in the brain, and my advisor taught the class, and it was just a phenomenal experience. If my life had a soundtrack, I'd probably have to have on J. Cole as my favorite rapper, and I think that Grown Simba by him is probably my favorite song, so that would have to be on there. And probably have to throw on a classical tune or two. I've loved classical music since I was little. So what makes WNL such a special place is that I think that there's so many opportunities to do great things here. Like I said before, just the support from the university and the coaches and everything is great. So anything that you really want to do, everyone at WNL is here to support you, whether that be athletics, academics, both. So it's been a blessing for me. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a firefighter. I used to love fire trucks and all of that, and I just saw myself doing that. I was just like, yeah, that's what I was going to do. So I think that my path has changed slightly, but you never know. My plans after graduation, I have recently applied to medical school, so hopefully one of those schools will scoop me up and go ahead and do that for a few years. I think my personal goals for the rest of the season would be just to hopefully continue being a strong leader on the team, and having the young kids be able to look up to me and to set a positive example. I think for the team, definitely just do really well in the ODAC, win the ODAC championship, and then make some noise in the playoffs.